Most clients don't arrive with a clear design vision. They arrive with fragments. They'll send you a kitchen that they like, a staircase from a different project, a material from a hotel that they saw when they were on holiday, and a statement like, we want it to feel calm, but definitely not boring. And your job is not just to give that back to them, your job is to understand what they're really asking. Resolving those contradictions and returning with something more convincing and compelling than they could ever have imagined. And if you don't know me, I'm Chris. I'm an architect and the founder of Studio Chris Simmons, where we design contemporary homes in the open countryside. In 4 steps, we'll be going from capturing the brief, building the design response, curating the vision, and presenting it in a way that gives your clients confidence that you're the right person for the project. I'm building the whole of this presentation in Rayon. And if you want to follow along, there's a link in the description to create a free Rayon account and start building your own presentation alongside me. And before we get started, let me know in the comments what's the most interesting brief a client's ever given you. When a client sends references, it's tempting to take them literally. They like this kitchen, this window, this timber, this stone. But the references themselves are usually not the real brief, they are the clues. And your job is to be Sherlock Holmes. This is also when I'm looking for contradictions. A client might say they want something modern, but all their images are soft and textured and traditional. Now that isn't necessarily a problem, but it's where the design work begins. Okay, so the site consists of this derelict barn in the Spanish countryside. So you can see here the beautiful sort of texture of rustic stone, but the actual building's seen better days. We've got the floor plan here, which has been basically drawn in Rayon. We have those walls set on a layer, so I can just lock that quickly. We also have a brief from our clients. Not only do we have a sort of selection of images that they've shown us, we also have some text. So the proposal should transform the building into a permanent home for a couple in their late 40s who regular host family and friends. And obviously in terms of accommodation, open plan kitchen, dining and living space, 2 bedrooms, bathroom and ensuite, and covered outdoor space. Now we also have these images. So I can go over to import image, and I've got a folder here, which is all the images that my client has provided me. So we've got images of spaces, we've got images of materials, and we've got images of furniture as well. And all of this together starts to sort of tease out an idea of not only what's right for the building, but what's right for them. You know, what are they showing their personality through? And just to keep the destination visible, this is where we're headed. A sequence presentation that turns those scattered references into a clear design concept. Okay, so we've placed in all of our clients' inspiration images. So these are ones that they've kind of sent over the time we've been talking and as part of the brief. These contain a sort of mix of different ideas. Obviously, some of them are just spaces that they've seen and that they've enjoyed. Some are materials, like this sort of jute rug, and some items. And the client, for example, is a ceramicist. So, you know, making of these little pots and trinkets is kind of key to their identity as well. Now, my first port of call is to kind of understand these and maybe filter them out a little bit. So I think there's a common theme here. Obviously, this is an element, you know, it has that sort of quality of ceramics, those sort of flowing lines. The space is, you know, this is a very nice, calm, but slightly warm bedroom space, terracotta coming through, the dark timber. That's all saying, you know, in this sort of more traditional, you know, kind of feeling. Concrete, not sure where that sort of fits in. There's a little bit of texture, but maybe that's a bit harsh for the space. This area feels a bit too clean for me. I think, you know, it's elegant, but it feels a little bit too, you know, manicured for this more sort of rustic space. So I think there's a question mark over here. But I kind of get what they're talking about in these areas. You know, there's a clear sort of distinction between, you know, the soft, smooth textures and the much more rustic ones in both of these images, the natural wood coming through. Now, it's all seemingly quite calm and subtle, and I wonder whether, you know, in our proposal, we want to be drawing a bit more colour and excitement into this space as well, you know, adding a bit of character in there. So we could start kind of drawing out some of the main colours out of this, which is a step that I like to kind of do to show how we're interpreting them. So we'll just create a couple of colour circles, and I want to be able to, you know, sort of find a similar orange tone that we're using in the terracotta. Maybe there's a similar brown for the timber. You know, it's quite dark, oaky colour. You know, there's the sort of the light tone of the walls. These are sort of subtle palette. You know, maybe there's little touches of green as well. Maybe even taking, you know, something a little bit bolder. I think that'd be quite nice if we, you know, if we went red. You know, maybe it's a deep red, maybe just a little touch, and then a much light, slightly warm white. Yeah, I think that kind of sits nicely as an interesting palette and, you know, summation of what we're kind of looking at. Also, we can kind of import the text as well. So, you know, I think this is quite a nice idea to copy the text in and have an idea of, you know, something. You know, maybe we're having only one quote and change the font. This is almost a little bit of a quote from the client. I think it shows that we're listening, feel the history of the building rather than hiding it. You know, that's got a really nice quality to it. I might move this one over here. I'm shrinking these down slightly. Interestingly, I can crop this. So if I hold key, I can crop that window whilst I'm doing it. Yeah, starting to come together. The next step is one that a lot of designers skip, but in my work, it's one of the most important parts of persuasion. Before I show the client more images and before I show them their first plans, I will be writing everything down, a concept statement, if you like. Okay, so I've just been trying to distill all that sort of concept and ideas and the client's requirements into a statement, something I really like to do, you know, to kind of set off on the right foot. So what I've written so far, the project is founded on the principle of working with the building rather than against it. The existing stone structure provides both the starting point and the guiding framework for the design. Rather than seeking to reinvent the building, proposal embraces its simplicity, character, and connection to the landscape, allowing these qualities to shape a contemporary home. The new elements are conceived as a careful continuation of the building story, balancing preservation and adaptation to create a home that feels enduring, authentic, and deeply connected to its place. Materials are distinct but warm. Sunlight is brought in but managed. And flexibility is provided, with the outside becoming another room. I think that kind of, you know, starts to get the juices flowing and an idea of where we're heading. Once the concept is clear, I need to start thinking about it spatially. With the sort of statement there, you know, thinking about how we're actually going to do this, let's start thinking about maybe an indicative, you know, design. It's very early days, we're only thinking spatially, but, you know, what a client might start to envision. And I'll just do this very simply with circles right now. It's your sort of traditional bubble diagram, if you like. So we can easily create these in Rayon. We just use them as fill spaces. We can change the opacity down here, and it'd be quite nice to kind of use these sorts of tones. Starting to think about the thematic kind of narrative and the colors that we're using. So maybe this deeper red is bedrooms, and I think the way the building works is a definite sort of cluster of bedrooms here and here. So this end of the building, there's a good view out this way, and the entry is on this side. So I think having a bedroom here, and then maybe a smaller bathroom that goes with this bedroom, for example, bathroom that goes with this one. I mean, I think maybe we say this on the right side of the courtyard is the master. Say this one is the secondary. It's more of a sort of family bathroom. The living space is definitely here. You know, we've got our sort of key view this way, and we can also open up the plan to the north. So I think there's definitely the kitchen out on here. So maybe I use a different color for that. Maybe that's something a bit bright. And if our entrance is here and we have this sort of lobby space, I think definitely we sort of say this area here is going to be our sort of covered outdoor space. And if we're thinking that, I think I'll do something very light, but add a line around it. And that at least sort of indicates our covered outdoor space. And there's lots of different ways you can add symbols in Rayon. So I'm just going to add a block and find an arrow, for example. I actually find these quite useful. These are road marking arrows, but in terms of sort of illustrating where, you know, the front door is and things like this, I find them really helpful. So I can unblock that and I can edit the sort of color that I choose, take off the surround. So we're sort of saying in is here. Maybe there's, you know, we can start puncturing this, the outside as well. You know, maybe there's an additional window here, an additional window here, and definitely we want to be opening up this end of the building. There's obviously this sort of connection here and here. Yeah, I think that's a very simple concept diagram. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'll just add a little bit of text to it. Something like that, just very, very quickly, very simply starts to think, starts to illustrate what we're thinking about. And, when that's pitted against the sort of statement of intent, it all starts to, put together a certain narrative. Now is the time that I build the project mood board. Now, this is different from the client's references, but it might contain a few of the same elements. The client's board captures what they brought to the table, but the project mood board is ultimately my response. It's more curated, more deliberate, and more specific. So again, I can go to import image, and I've got these that I've prepared. Now, these talk about a couple of different things. So they might talk about external interventions. So how do we actually, puncture the walls within this historic building using examples? They might be things about how we occupy the space. So like how rustic it feels, how much warmth we can bring just by, choosing a key number of, nice pieces of furniture and lighting sort of thing. Like how much of a light touch do we want to have in the building? And again, there's a balance to be had. So like, what areas of smooth versus rough, I think there's a big play on that with this sort of scheme. And similarly, where can we start bringing in materials where we can, bring in those wooden tones, where we can bring in, the sort of terracotta textures? Is it, a traditional sort of floor, or is it something a bit more interesting in, this sort of texture tile? And obviously, when you're putting these together, you can kind of do it in a number of ways. So we can either, have a sort of very rigorous grid to these things. As I said, I can crop these images and scale them as well. Or we can start to think of, these sort of material overlays, something like this starts to give it a little bit of character as well. I can even do things, for example, where I have a shape and then I can change the fill to, an actual material. So something like that is quite nice. You can do all of your materials like that. What you need to do is press the shape, change what the upload is, and that will act as a sort of crop boundary to those things. By this point, the presentation has got 3 strands of a narrative all working together. The concept statement explains the idea, the drawings prove the idea spatially, and the mood board helps the client feel the idea. So I've just spent a little bit more time refining those images down. So we have that sort of narrative of what we're going to be doing to the existing structure, and then onto the interior, which has that sort of warmth, again, a sort of mix of, light touch, the textures coming through, some areas of smooth, and then elements of warmth, that sort of rustic timber, and also the outside. So how you bring the outside in, the sort of olive trees of the area. And then we have those material palettes. Very quickly, we've built a sort of narrative of this is where we've sort of come from. This is what we're working with. This is sort of spatially how it might work. We've understood what you're trying to say, and we've kind of given it back to you, in a sort of more refined and, interesting manner. And then, these are the sort of images. So let's get everything into a presentation that has that clear narrative. Now I'll move into the paper canvas and start building the actual presentation sheets to build that compelling story. Okay, so let's jump into the presentation. So we want to add our paper canvas. So we'll create a page, we'll set that to A3. I can change that to A4, I can change to portrait if I wanted to, and I can add a view from my drawings. So we'll start by bringing in the existing scale that how I see fit. Now I can add a color to this, so I could find something that, kind of sits well with the sort of tones that we're talking about, something a little bit, sort of terracotta-y. And I can copy my pages down to create my sort of sequence. So, very roughly, I'm going to be saying this is the existing building, this is the concept, this is our sort of statement, this is our sort of spatial proposal, and then this is our kind of visual concept. Maybe there's a front cover, maybe an end cover as well. So that's very quickly our sort of set out our narrative that we're using. So we can make sure this existing plan is to scale. We can add 1 to 100, for example. Let's make sure the drawing right. We can add things like annotations. So existing slide here, number 1. Number 2, existing opening, existing roof and edge of building. put these here. I can put my numbers against my images quickly, give this a title. Yeah, I can even start thinking about actually the color of the font that I use could be, that same sort of red tone that I've identified there. So, I think sometimes we're kind of thinking about a sort of narrative angle, so everything kind of feels intentional, everything feels like it's all leading somewhere. Let's go back and change the font color of these ones as well. We can take on that sort of deeper red. And as you're bringing these in, sometimes you'll find that you need to sort of go back and forth a little bit just to make sure, everything's looking good. I can obviously scale my windows. I can change my crop boundaries. I can also set up grid lines as well. So, just like on a standard system, I could say, actually my grid line from here and here wants to be consistent. So 1.5 here, 1.5 here. So then I know that, I'm not encroaching on the border, for example. That's good. Whether this wants to be maybe slightly different, we could almost say this is that red color and this sort of stands out as something light almost. But as you're going through, it's kind of it kind of hits you that sort of concept. Maybe it wants to be in a sort of central alignment. No, that's good. Then we're on to the actual plan. Maybe this one wants to be 1:50, so it's a bit bigger. Bring this in. I can bring that in here. Make sure it sits centrally on the plan. And then on to the sort of visual concept. So again, we can sort of say maybe we split them. So there's a kind of external, internal thing that ties them together as that sort of tonal color palette. Yeah, I think that's quite nice as a logic. Stretch this, sit here. Similarly with this one, click on there, make sure it's in the front. Yeah, starting to come together. So normally on the front cover, I either choose a sort of abstract image, something that kind of has that sort of overall idea to it. Maybe it's this one. Again, put this image down. You can stretch it, add title, whatever you want to call it. You can use that as, maybe make that slightly bolder. Good. We could add that as a title to the pages. You can finesse this. You can, keep going. But as a very sort of simple starting point, having that sort of narrative to it. So we spent all this time considering the presentation. So let's get it over to the client. So very easily in Rayon, I can do a couple of different ways. I can export this as an image. So I can export all of those as, PNGs. I can change the quality. I can also export them as a PDF. So all pages, a single page if I wanted to. Again, I can change the resolution, but what I want to do is share it. So all you need to do is go to share. So we'll go to share, we'll press on presentation, and I'll slide that little toggle. And that gives me a link, and that link will stay the same, won't change, and it will be provided to my client. It means that I can update it at a later date if I want to. I can copy it into an email, or I can open it directly in my browser. Perfect. And there you have it. There's our final presentation. And we can obviously click through that at heart's content. Just think about it as if you're a client, receiving this, understanding the concept, showing that, you've understood the existing building, we understand the lay of the land, that they're listening, that they're, understanding what we might want to bring to the project, the things that we like, our interests, our hobbies, reading this narrative, having a sort of compelling idea about our future in the home. Then on to sort of spatial relationships. Obviously, this is, not a refined design yet. It's just about talking about how those kind of spaces go together. Then, excitement, interest, trying to understand these materials, these concepts for the external and internal. I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited about where this design might go. You can have a strong idea, a beautiful set of references, and a workable plan, but if your client can't understand the story, they won't feel confident enough to believe in it. Creating a persuasive narrative is not just about the quality of the design itself, it's about clarity, sequence, and heart. Taking your client on a journey with a conclusion that feels just right. Ultimately, it should make the client feel like the concept is already becoming their home. So if you want to try this yourself, there's a link in the description to create a free Rayon account and get the template from this video. Use it as the starting point for your own client presentations. I'll see you in the next one.